Hey time travelers, we got an exciting video for you today. We're going to be counting down 4 of the top TV hacks that occurred in the late 70s and the 1980s. Sorry about the little weird lighting, I don't know, there's something going on with my computer, but we'll just have to... Television, since its humble mechanical beginnings, has evolved significantly, making its way into homes and the hearts of people worldwide. The origin of TV was a fairly simple technology compared to today. Jump to a little bit later, and we would get analog TV. And this operates on the principle of transmitting moving images and sound over a distance. The process involves capturing, transmitting, and reproducing visual images and audio signals. Early television technology relied on those analog signals, susceptible to interference, resulting in a grainy or snowy picture. The images produced were black and white with limited content availability and poor quality. However, the technology was always improving, and so was other technology, including the ability of home computers, broadcasting, pirate radio,
FCC, you know what that means?
This phone call has been traced.
And others. And this magic line crossed in the 1980s. So here are 4 examples of TV hijackings from the late 70s and the 1980s. We're going to start with the Southern Television Broadcast Interruption, also known as the Astonishing Hoax. This took place on November 26, 1977. It involved the intrusion of a mysterious voice that interrupted the regular programming on Southern Television in the United Kingdom.
There are conditions. These include stopping the execution of all captured prisoners of war, allowing heroic statements in negotiations, being arrested. In Australia, Mr. Kerry Packer's cricketers are still pleading the right. Yes, it is an High Court decision, which lifts the ban on them playing in Test matches.
This is the voice of Omar, representative of the MacDougall Electronics Command, speaking to you. For many years you have seen us as lights in the skies. We speak to you now to service them as we have done to your brothers and sisters all over this, your planet Earth. We come to warn you of the destiny of your race and your world so that you may communicate to your fellow beings the course you must take to avoid the disaster which threatens your world and the beings on other worlds around you.
This incident is often considered one of the most famous and significant broadcast interruptions in history. During the evening news, viewers in the southern part of England were startled when the broadcast was suddenly interrupted. The interruption began with the distortion of the broadcast signal, followed by a replacement of the newscaster's voice with a mysterious, deep voice claiming to be from Ashtar Galactic Command. The voice spoke about the need for humanity to abandon its weapons and become aware of the negative forces that could influence their decisions. It also referred to the planet being a new age of Aquarius, a concept that was associated with spiritual awakening and enlightenment at the time. The message, which lasted for about 6 minutes, emphasized the importance of embracing love and truth from the cosmos. The intrusion concluded with the blessing, "May you be blessed by the supreme love and the truth of the cosmos," before regular programming then resumed.
The Ashtar Galactic Command thanks you for your attention. Beyond any meaning states of your existence, may you be blessed by the supreme love and truth of the cosmos.
Use your imagination.
Despite efforts to investigate the incident, the identity of the hijacker remained elusive, and the motive behind the intrusion remains a subject of speculation and intrigue. Many theories have emerged over the years, ranging from a hoax perpetrated by a rogue individual or group to a sophisticated prank by technology-advanced parties. Or, of course, they were aliens.
At last, after 2,000 years of work, the Illudium Q-36 explosive space modulator.
The Southern Television Broadcast Interruption of 1977 remains an enigmatic event that has captured the curiosity of many, spurring discussions about the boundaries of technology, the possibilities of extraterrestrial communication, and the role of media in information. Its mysterious nature continues to fascinate those interested in the intersection of technology, communication, and the unknown. Now let's jump into the 80s with Captain Midnight. The Captain Midnight TV hack, also known as the HBO hack, occurred on April 27, 1986, when an unknown person interrupted a broadcast of a movie, which was The Falcon and the Snowman, on HBO cable television network. The hacker, who identified himself as Captain Midnight, managed to override the HBO signal, replacing the movie with a message protesting the high cost of cable TV and the practice of scrambling satellite TV signals. The specific method used in the hack involved the transmission of an analog signal known as a satellite uplink frequency, overriding the HBO signal. The perpetrator utilized the device known as a video override oscillator. This device was capable of superimposing a still image, in this case the rainbow bars, onto an HBO signal, thereby interrupting the broadcast. The message displayed on the screen read, "Good evening HBO from Captain Midnight, $12.95 a month? No way. Showtime and Movie Channel, beware." For a little context, HBO would scramble their TV signal for those using a satellite dish and telling them if they wanted to watch HBO, they needed to pony up the cash, and you would see a message similar to this.
If you own a home satellite dish, you may recognize this picture. It's scrambled. 12 hours a day, we scramble the HBO satellite signal. So our programming looks like this, unless it's decoded. On January 15th, 1986, we'll start scrambling 24 hours a day. But your home satellite dish can keep receiving HBO.
With a subscriber base at the time of about 6 million, viewers tuning in for 4.5 minutes were greeted with the captain's message. And if you've been attentive, you may have deciphered the essence of this message. It's primarily highlighting the frustration in the satellite community, notably aimed at the $12.95 price imposition, along with the continuous scrambling and any additional fees. And then the final warning at the end was misconstrued by some at the time. This was not a direct threat, but a cautionary note for Showtime and other movie channels to be wary, with some individuals perceiving that final message as a note to retaliate against others, and implying that their rivals were next. It has since been clarified that Captain Midnight intended to convey a message of potential consequences should HBO's new pricing strategy fail to resonate with their satellite consumer base. HBO eventually yielded, apprehensive of possible damage to their satellite dish, and increased their power to a significantly higher level. The incident resulted in a significant investigation of the Federal Communications Commission, the FCC, and ultimately led to the arrest of John R. MacDougall, a satellite TV dealer from Florida. MacDougall, who used the alias Captain Midnight, was fined and placed on probation. The Captain Midnight incident raised awareness about the vulnerability of satellite communication systems and the potential risk associated with unauthorized access to broadcast signals. It also prompted the reevaluation and reinforcement of security measures within the satellite broadcasting industry.
And I must say it's nice having all three girls home at the same time.
Now we move to a year later, where another incident occurred. On September 6, 1987, as the country was enjoying the Labor Day weekend, some cable viewers were exercising their First Amendment right to watch the Playboy channel. They were surprised to see the above image on their TV screen rather than the adult film they were wanting to watch. And this is probably one of the rare cases of a Christian-based hacking. For several minutes, they were suddenly bombarded with the religious messaging instead of the movie they were hoping to enjoy. Sayings such as, "Thus saith the Lord thy God, remember the Sabbath and keep it holy," and "Repent, the kingdom of heaven is at hand." These were the messages that played on the TV. It took 3 years of FCC investigations and later eventually pinned the event on a Virginia engineer working with the Christian Broadcast Network at the time. The man arrested, the employee of CBN, was Thomas Haney. and he has since admitted that he committed the crime to protest what the Playboy channel was showing. Haney was fired from CBN as a result of the incident.
Good morning, class. Cocology. The study of good taste. In fact, the taste that stands the test.
Yes.
The test where new Coke takes on Pepsi, i.e.
That's as in?
The new Coke Pop Quiz.
Now, probably the most notable hacking, and I guess you could say the most impressive, was when our dear Max Headroom was placed in a situation that I'm sure Matt Frewer was not involved with.
There's some problem.
This also took place in 1987, and it has since become known as the Max Headroom signal intrusion. And during programming, there was a brief interruption where an individual in a Max Headroom mask hijacked television broadcast in Chicago, which further heightened concerns about the vulnerability of broadcasting systems. These incidents spurred the implementation of new legislative measures and emphasized the need for enhanced security protocols in the broadcasting industry. This event occurred in Chicago, so while I didn't get to witness it firsthand, news reports would soon roll in across the nation explaining what happened.
In Chicago television stations, someone using sophisticated equipment managed to briefly and illegally override broadcast signals on WGN-TV and WTTW. Jack Connolly reports now that both incidents are under investigation.
So on November 22, 1987, during the incident, this individual wearing the Max Headroom mask managed to interrupt the signals of two local television stations, WGN-TV and WTTW, for a brief period. The masked person appeared on screen for approximately 25 seconds on WGN-TV and about 90 seconds on WTTW, making bizarre and nonsensical statements before both broadcasts were swiftly halted. And 90 seconds is actually a long time on TV. And if you don't believe me, go ahead and try to just set a timer for 90 seconds and see how long that is. And what's interesting about this one is the hijacking remains unsolved. The individual responsible for the intrusion has never been identified. Despite investigations conducted by the FCC and law enforcement agencies, no conclusive evidence has emerged to pinpoint the perpetrator or the motive behind the incident. The Max Headroom TV hack has since gained notoriety and has become a significant event in the history of broadcast signals intrusions and hijackings. It has also sparked numerous theories and speculations, with some suggesting that it might have been a prank carried out by a group of individuals, while others have proposed more elaborate conspiracy theories. Despite the lack of concrete information, the Max Headroom TV hack continues to be a topic of interest and curiosity within the realms of both pop culture and television broadcasting history. Theories have included everything from aliens to just friends getting together pulling a prank. I recommend checking out Watcher's breakdown of this hacking on their video, and the link is in the description. Now, there were some other minor hackings that occurred in the 70s and 80s, but those are the ones that stood out to me. As we reflect on these pivotal moments in television history, we are reminded of the delicate balance between technology innovation and the challenges of safeguarding its integrity. Anyway, bye!